Your feet have over 7,200 nerve endings and over 2,000 sweat glands in them. In addition, your arteries and veins cross each other in your feet. Because of this, your feet are the natural gate disposal of waste products from your body. An ionic detoxifying foot bath is an easy and relaxing way to rid your body of toxins that build up over years of exposure to environmental toxins and foods that you ingest each day. As the first line of your body's defense, toxins will actually attach themselves to your fat cells instead of to your organs. If the body does not properly eliminate these toxins from the fat cells, the toxins will start to build up on the organs. This is when the body starts to break down and illness and disease can creep in. So what is a detox ionic foot bath and how can it benefit you? Let's start with detoxification, the process of ridding our bodies of impurities, which in turn limit natural bodily functions to occur as they should. Every one of our cells has an optimal voltage level that decreases as toxins and stresses increase. During a detox foot bath, an ionic charge is released into the water, which raises the voltage of the cells to their optimal levels, which increases the cell's abilities to function normally to absorb nutrients and oxygen. In doing so, the cells, and therefore the body, are again able to eliminate nucleic wastes, allowing the body to function more efficiently. How does the detox foot bath work? The component pieces that you'll see during the process include a tub of water, about 105 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe a quarter a teaspoon of sea salt just to calibrate the water, a module that is made up of metal plates, which include a positive anode and a negative cathode. The module is then connected to a small machine that sends out an ionic charge through the plates and into the water. The ionic signal actually breaks down the water, the H2O, into its molecular components of hydrogen and oxygen. You can actually see this happening if you look closely. You'll see tiny bubbles or a fizz coming off of the module. In doing this, we end up with free negative and positive ions circling around in the water solution. It is these positive and negative charges that pull the toxins from the body through the pores in your feet. The ionic current that runs through the modules is safe for children above the age of 8. It is important to note, however, that anyone with a pacemaker or women who may be pregnant should not participate in this procedure. And of course, as with any therapy, you should check with your healthcare provider before starting. So here's what we decided to do in our demonstration for you. We thought we would show 3 samples, all using town water and modules that have been used in the past. In addition, we chose 2 subjects, one male, one female, both age 46. We'll call subject 1 the male, who grew up in a smoking household, although he does not currently smoke himself. He does have a mouthful of metal fillings. He does occasionally drink wine and other alcohol. He does not currently smoke. And he does have a mouthful of metal fillings. And on top of that, he takes no prescription drugs. Subject 2 is the female. As we mentioned, she's also 46. She's a non-smoker, non-drinker. However, she does take prescription drugs regularly. She has no metal fillings in her mouth, did not grow up in a smoking household, and rarely, if ever, drinks any alcohol. Interestingly enough, as we're watching this, we weren't actually seeing what we had thought we'd see. We thought the person taking the prescription drugs would have much dirtier, darker water than the person who didn't take any prescription drugs. But as you watch, as the footage progresses, the person who came from the smoking household and who actually has a lot of metal fillings in his mouth, his water is near pitch black by the end of 30 minutes. So interestingly enough, as much as prescription drugs did pull a lot of toxins out of subject 2, the female, even more was pulled out of the person who doesn't take the prescription drugs, but environmentally had soaked up a lot of toxins through his lifetime. It's normal for the water to change color and for little particles to appear. There's a reaction between the toxins coming out of your body, the water, the salt added to the water, the metals in the module, and the alkalinity or the acidity of the person being bathed. All of these factors combined to what you see. As you'll see in our tests, the water will change color to some extent whether or not feet are in the water or not. And as far as those little particles floating around go, well, some of them actually came out of your feet, and some of them might have come off of the modules. They didn't come out as big particles, however. They came out as microscopic little pieces. And now that they're floating around in the water with positive and negative charges, they've attracted to each other and they've pulled together to form particles that are now visible to the eye. In the water, they're usually black and a little bit disconcerting to see. The basic color of the water produced during a detox can vary from one geographical area to another, based upon what is in the water source. It can also vary based upon how old the module is that you're using and how many times it has been used, as the modules do begin to break down themselves over time. The other thing we found to be very interesting was how dirty the town water was and how much actually came out of that. Although we did wonder how much of it was the town water and how much of it was the older module. So what we decided to do was to run a second session using purified water. In our second sample, we used 2 different buckets, both with purified water. Although one had the original module, which was older and had been used several times, and one we decided we would try a brand new module and see what the difference there was. As the footage rolls, you'll see that yes, the modules do break down, and the purified water with the older module does still have some orange color to it, although nothing compared to the town water with the older module in it. Yet, when compared with the purified water and the new module, the water didn't even compare. The purified water with the new module was nearly clean, had a very slight yellow tinge to it. So the results that we found satisfied our curiosity as to where the colors and the particles were actually coming from during the detoxifying process.